In my recent quests with the mighty metal, I thought maybe it would be a good time to look into some newer bands. And I found a band that rules the world! Iron Reagan! These guys are getting big pretty fast! They started in 2012, it's 2016 now, and they're touring the world and they're getting a lot of respect and recognition from people. Their success is partially made possible by Municipal Waste spearheading the comeback of thrash in the 2000s. Of course, some of the members from Municipal Waste and Canvas Corpse and Mammoth Grinder, they're in this band. And since people already know that those bands are awesome, why would they not think that this one rules the world? Woo! I happened to catch them live. I saw them with Exhumed, Black Crown Initiate, Ringworm, Napalm Death, and Voivod. And I'll tell you what, there were people who've never heard of this band before, and when they saw that concert, they were like, "Oh, we're fans now!" Oh! It was an absolutely energetic and liberating experience, and more people should know about this. Now, part of the reason that I held off on doing this review is because I don't have all of Iron Reagan's stuff on vinyl yet. Now, I'm usually more of a vinyl man, but check this out. I don't even need the vinyl because we have the internet. Yeah, check it out. On their Bandcamp page, you can listen to every single album. And that's just what I'm gonna do. Ha 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 ha! Their 2012 demo, the demo that started it all. 4 killer songs, and it doesn't really feel as much like a demo as it does like an underproduced EP. It's well rehearsed and almost as enjoyable as their future albums. There are plenty of technical guitar riffs, and like always, the riffing and the vocals carry the life of the songs. Imagine a more technical, fun, politically charged Municipal Waste with more variety in the songs and just better vocals in general. Well, that's how Iron Reagan sounds. You see, they're just like Ghoul. You could listen to them at any time and they will put you in a good mood. Worse Than Dead, their first full-length album. It's got better songwriting, it's got better production, there's more focus on bass, and there's some differing drum rhythms, kind of like on the song Insanity Please. And just like on Terrorizer's World Downfall album, there aren't really many guitar solos. And there doesn't need to be, because the music is so energetic and rhythmically fun on its own. My favorite song on the album is I Predict the Death of Harold Camping. And the energy and the fun never lets up. The entire album, 100% of the way through, from the beginning to the end, there is just complete madness. With the extreme and important nature of the bands featured on this next album, it only makes sense that I dress presidential for this one. The Exhumed and Iron Reagan split. Believe it or not, this showcases a more punky side of Exhumed. There's more emphasis on dirty bass and more punk and deviant sounds while they're still able to do their gore grind madness. Really catchy and insanely heavy, and the vocals are nasty like always. Favorite song on here is Ready to Fight. This is the kind of song where you want to break stuff and riot in the streets and smash things. My favorite song on the Iron Reagan side is Many Lights. They're coming to take you away! At this point, there's more reliance on gang vocals, but this release would also capture their live energy better. Features longer songs than Spoiled Identity. Perhaps this is the release where Iron Reagan finally finds their voice. Spoiled Identity, their EP with a whole bunch of short songs, and by short, most of them are less than 50 seconds long. There are more grindcore elements than thrash elements this time. It's more fun and destructive because of the stellar production. The song Hill Witch kind of reminds me of a Cannibal Corpse song with the riffing style. Not to mention that they always tune in E-flat anyway, and the E-flat tuning makes things sound evil. I also like the different vocal arrangements sometimes, like on the song I Spit on Your Face / Grave, where there are more gutsy, growly vocals going on. The Tyranny of Will, which came out in 2014. Now take a look at the sticker over here. It says, a 24-song wrecking ball of hardcore punk / thrash fury. Well, they're right about the fury part, but screw you, Miley. They didn't come in like a wrecking ball, they came in like a Reagan ball! Naturally, this is their best album yet. 32 minutes. It's just like Peace Sells, you know, where the second album is better than the first one. Or it's like Anthrax, where Spreading the Disease is way better than the first one. Well, it seems to happen a lot in metal, and particularly with this being their second album, it slays the earth! I love the artwork, I love the poster that comes with it, the production kills, it sounds a lot bigger, there's more gang vocals, there's more emphasis on guitar tones and drum sounds. Plus, they start using samples a lot more here. And believe it or not, there are guitar solos on most of the songs. And they don't drag out the solos like a lot of other thrash and crossover bands do. They add soul to it. Features more technical songwriting and a better energy. Every song on this album could be played live. In fact, they could play this whole album in its entirety and nobody would mind. The final song on this album, called 4 More Years, It showcases a much slower, darker, heavier, doomier version of the band. And when they played it live, they said, "This song is about sticking together! Everybody sing it along with us!" And we all did, and we stood there proud. The Tyranny of Will also features my favorite Iron Reagan song, "Your Kid's an Asshole." It's short, sweet, and to the point, and it makes for a great ringtone. Hey Mom, what's up? And their most recent release was the split with Toxic Shock. Here, Iron Reagan doesn't sound quite as evil. There's still some guitar solos and still some great, fun songs that we should already expect from them. As far as Toxic Shock is concerned, they're more thrashy, so they're more rough and the vocal range is a lot lower, giving it a more growly feel, you know what I mean? All in all, this split 7-inch is heavy and fun all at once. I'll tell you what, these guys are going places. I mean, they've only been around since 2012, and they've already toured the world and toured places and made a few splits and have gained a lot of respect, and they're signed to Relapse. So obviously they can get so much more recognition for their awesome, thrashy, energetic work. And if you haven't seen them live, you need to see them live. I mean, their status in the metal and thrash world, it's definitely rising, kind of like Ghouls, you know? Except in this case, their success has come a lot faster. Because, see, Ghoul, you know, they started out in the early 2000s with a small fan base, and now they're getting pretty big. Iron Reagan, on the other hand, they started in 2012, and they got big pretty quick. You know? Wouldn't it be great if these guys did a split album together? Yes! Yes, that'd be a perfect idea! Get Iron Reagan and Ghoul to tour together, and then get them to do a split together. Wouldn't that be the greatest thing ever? Man, I can already think of a whole bunch of titles off the top of my head. Transmission Reagan. Worse Than Rock Gut. The Tyranny of Maniacs. I mean, both sides would complement each other so well. I can see the Ghouls right now be like,
"Yes, Ghoul will do a split with Iron Reagan. Then we will consume their flesh."
yeah, I want to see that happen. Like this video, share this video, spread this around. Make sure that Iron Reagan sees this, make sure that everybody knows how awesome Iron Reagan is, and please fulfill my wish. I want to see an Iron Reagan and Ghoul split sometime in the future. Thank you for watching, and grind on.